Hola, this is Kaipacha with the weekly Pele report for August 30th of 2023. And I don't know if you can look through those trees and see white buildings and some water over there. I am at the point. I made it to Ibiza. And this is Kaliyunga, at the bay of Kaliyunga. I've hiked up to the point here. It's extremely beautiful, and the full moon will be rising tonight. The ephemeris that I have says that it is full on Wednesday, but if you're in Europe or points east of there, it's actually on Thursday. So some of the dates that I give with these Pele reports are not going to exactly be on for Europeans, Russians, Indians, Chinese, Australians. But what's a day here and there in a lifetime? Let's chill out a little bit. That's what I'm going to have to talk about in today's report. But first we have some serious stuff to get to because Mercury is in conjunct Chiron. Yes, that is Chiron over there in Aries. Mercury is moving through Virgo. And what's big about this full moon is what? The moon is conjunct Saturn. So it's no ordinary full moon. It's a serious full moon. Yes, and here's a serious cliff. Yeah. Ow! Oh, baby. Life is very fragile and yet very strong. These plants grip onto these rocks with hardly any soil. Anyway, tomorrow, moon moves on, opposes our retrograde Mercury over there, in Virgo, and sextiles Jupiter and Uranus and Taurus. By Friday, Mars moving through, we know that it went into Libra. It's going to in conjunct Saturn. And again, that is the 210 degree aspect is it's a challenging aspect. 150, 210, can go into that a little bit. But yeah, the moon conjuncts Neptune, opposes Mars, and conjuncts the sun. And what I really want to be talking about today in today's report is Venus stations to go direct on Sunday. She finally, after 40 days, right, going down into the underworld, she stations to go direct. You can actually see her rise in the eastern morning sky now, but still, it's a turning point. And the very next day, Jupiter, it's like Venus and Jupiter are both stationing at the same time. It's like time stands still for Venus and Jupiter, and they are in square. They are in square for at least a month. Yeah, as Venus goes retrograde and then direct. Very powerful. I'm going to talk about that. Give you the Sabian symbol for Jupiter stationing to go retrograde. Yeah. And that same day, Monday, Mercury does come into a trine to that Jupiter. So we've got a lot of Earth, the Earth trines happening, yeah, between Virgo and Taurus. So let me sit down, look at the camera, and give you one last shot of where I'm headed. I'm going down to that little beach down there, and it's going to be a little bit of a steep hike. I'm not sure where I'm going to do the actual report. Good question. Okay. So much to say, so little time. I decided to stay right up here where it's nice and quiet and peaceful. There's no people, and yeah, that's just the way of Mother Nature. Where to begin with all of this, of the energy that's going on? I mean, this is a very powerful full moon. Let me just read you the Sabian symbol for this full moon, because I think that's where I want to begin. Though I want to talk a lot about Venus square Jupiter, yeah, for a month, really, from August, the middle of August to the middle of September, and that's just exact. I mean, she basically came, into Leo and squared Jupiter August 15th. That was exact going forward, okay? And that was when Jupiter was at 5 degrees of Taurus. Then Jupiter went forward. Venus goes forward to 28 Leo, comes retrograde, and at 15 degrees, okay, squares Jupiter retrograde a second time, okay? And that was on August 22nd. I just talked about that. Yeah. She's going to station and go direct. In the meantime, Jupiter is stationing to go retrograde, and they come in for the third square, September 17th. It takes her that long to get back. So she is actually stationing retrograde at the 13th degree of Leo for 13 days. So the Sabian symbol that I want to read to you for Venus, okay, at that degree, is for 13 days. And then I'm going to read you the Sabian symbol for Jupiter. Jupiter came up to 15 degrees like 32 minutes, which is the 16th degree of Taurus, and is stationing to go retrograde. He's there for 38 days. 38 days, over a month, from August 17th to September 24th. So we've got a couple of these Sabian symbols, and this energy that's going on here between Venus and Jupiter, okay, is, this is extending over a longer period of time. I mean, I give these Pele reports every week, but this energy is existing for more than a week. It's something to like really feel into, yeah, over a longer period of time. What's bringing it to a head, what's bringing it to a focus, which is like a very short period of time, is this full moon comes around and boom, it's like a day, okay, of, right, moon comes around, hits Saturn, right, blocks out Saturn basically, and then comes into this opposition with the sun. And so this is a time period, like, right now, if you're hearing this report on Wednesday or Thursday, this is like super freaking powerful. Yeah, this is a breakthrough. The full moon itself is illumination. It's a peak in the cycle of 2 weeks ago. A seed is planted, and now it's illumination, like, oh yes. And what is that oh yes about? It's a girl blowing a bugle. A call to participation in the service of the race as an evolutionary crisis approaches. So this picture presents another aspect of the emotional relationship between the individual and the collectivity of human beings. It can also be related to the old feminist movement or the present woman's liberation. In traditional symbolism, the woman refers more specifically to the biological and psychic aspect of the human life. She is seen primarily as the mother and or the intuitive or psychic. A new race of human beings may well be slowly unfolding some of its potential of consciousness and fulfillment. The individual who envisions this evolutionary development sounds the call. He or she is both seer, herald, and mutant. In that sense, such a human being is both an individual true to their original nature and a dedicated person, dedicated to the future that he or she holds in latency, as does a seed in mutation. This is the call. Yes, the girl blowing the bugle, this full moon, this time period. And it is about, and this is what I'm really focusing on here, is that growth, maturity, evolution is participating in a greater whole. And, that the infant, participates with itself, then its mother, then it's, mother and father, then it's family, then it's neighborhood, then it's cousins, then it's clan, then it's tribe, then it's neighborhood, then it's state, then it's nation, then it's corporation or it's job or community, and it's bigger and bigger until, now I'm feeling, I'm feeling my years these days, and I'm feeling like maybe even after this collective and planetary consciousness, there's intergalactic and interplanetary consciousness, and we are continually, participating in greater and greater whole circles of beings, and these can be spiritual beings, not just earthly, physical, human beings. Yeah, so I feel like, we can connect with, cosmic beings and forever expand until we are one with all that is, the whole cosmic unity. And this is what Pisces is, and this is what this moon in Pisces is, and this is what this mantra this week is about. Yes, we are giving birth to a new humanity. We are giving birth to a new future. And that new future and this whole newness is very unstable, and it's very insecure. And we can all be feeling super insecure. A loss of control brings up fear. Saturn, look at it. Saturn, form, structure, physical, financial security and control over our bodies, our jobs, our families, ourselves, our diet, this authority, this form, structure. Rudolf Steiner called it the structure of the ego, has moved into Pisces as of last March. And it's going to be there until 2026. And Pisces has no form, no ground, no earth. It's the void, it's space, it's the cosmos, it's divine intelligence, it's spirit, it's chaos, it's beyond intellectual comprehension. So this is why I'm talking about from 23 to 26. This is the dissolution, the dissolving of structure, form, security, stability, identity, and we're all feeling it. And there may be people that have a better mask and they can hide it better than other people, but everybody's freaking out. You are not alone. The past is falling away. The past is known, familiar. It gives us a sense of continuity to our life experience, to where we can then go from, point A to point B. And this is just like this whole linear, Saturnian, logical, third dimensional path is like dissolving right as we walk it. And so I want to look at this Sabian symbol here. It's a very interesting one because it has to do with the past, yes? And that is Jupiter, stationing in Taurus. An old teacher fails to interest his pupils in traditional knowledge. The inadequacy of past knowledge in time of crisis. Here we have, again, the second message, the second passage involving crisis, right? The bugle she's blowing, in time of as an approaching crisis. Here we have, that the past and what we have known, what we have, mastered or conquered, or skills we've attained, or capacities we've developed, all our ego, our identity, who I am. This is all from the past. Our patterning, our conditioning, what mom and dad and teachers and preachers told us, we were good at, what we were bad at, what we should do, where we should go, and we formed, according to our physical bodies and appearance and, gender and we get these, but this is all past. It's not going to help us in this time of crisis to move forward into the future. It's gone. This again contributes to this sense of the path dissolving right before our feet. Now I want to read to you. I'm not reading the whole symbol, like I said, you can download the PDF and read the whole thing yourself from my website. Again, I'll put the link in the notes below the YouTube video. Venus stationing to go direct. There for 13 days, yes, is an old sea captain rocking himself on the porch of his cottage. The quieted mind's recollection of crisis and joys long past. The sea captain has steered the ship of his ego consciousness through seas and storms, maintaining the integrity of his individual selfhood while in close contact with the collective unconscious, the sea of Pisces, Neptune, the collective unconscious. Now retired, he may try to distill wisdom from his many experiences and from his victories over elemental forces. The swing of the child consciousness has now become a rocking chair from which one can contemplate past as well as present scenes, gently moving as waves roll over the shore. Peace at last. So let's look at this once. First of all, we want to understand that Leo rules the heart. Venus is also associated with ruling the heart chakra, that middle chakra. These are matters of the heart. And so this can have to do a lot with relationships, a lot with feelings, a lot with, and what do we have? Venus came around to conjunct Jupiter, okay? And that was March 3rd. So go back to March, go back 6 months ago. This is where a new seed, a new relationship, a new job, a new source of income, a new belief system, a new reality. Okay, I remember early March myself. I got some diagnosis back from the doctor about my body, which is also Taurus. Anyway, now, 6 months later, Venus comes around to the 90-degree square. It's breaking away, breaking out. It has to let go of the past. It has to, so we can recall, we can reflect. And this is where I want to get into what I've been delving a little bit more into this left-hand path. And there's the left-hand path, and there's the right-hand path. And the left-hand path is more the Venusian, the feminine. Has to do with the past. The left side of your body, okay, which is where I'm having my troubles, is the feminine side of the body. It's ruled by the right brain, rules the left side. When you have trouble with your left arm, your left shoulder, your left knee, your left foot, this is some feminine, and you can, go down that route, but it's also associated with the past. And the feminine is the subconscious, the intuitive, the psychic, like we just read of in the Sabian symbol. And we all have Venus. We all have this feminine psychic. We all have a left side. The left-hand path is kind of the feminine path, which is passive, receptive, settling in with chaos and with what is, with feeling into this place of just what is. And not laying judgment of good or bad or win or lose or right or wrong, but simply, even joy or suffering. Accepting suffering, accepting the reality of the experience of the moment. And then there's the right-hand path, the masculine, the Mars, the future. And that has to do with goals and agendas and will force and willpower and winning and losing. Right, it's like you climb to the top, or you fail, or so there's this whole attachment to a future desire, a future intention, a future goal. It's the patriarchy. This is where we have been for thousands of years, for many of us, many lifetimes, in this right-hand path of goal orientation, of when I achieve something or reach, if I make it to Ibiza and I make it to that, beach in the restaurant, or I get a sailboat, or I've made it. I get to be peace at last. The captain rocking in his rocking chair. Peace at last. Peace at last is when what? You let it all go. You let go of control. You accept and you let, he's done being a captain. He's done going from point A to point B, taking his ship and his goods and his people and whatever. It's like, I'm done. So there is this going forward, and I want to say the girl, the feminine side blowing the bugle to charge into the future. So this is what we charge into the future. Let's try and see if we can charge into the future without a goal, without an attachment to an outcome. Without I'm trying to win something, gain something, achieve something, I desire something, I want to own something, I want to have if we go into the future, rather, with this air of service, that I have something to give. This is Virgo. This is the sun moving through Virgo. This is the moon in Pisces. This is service. This is healing. This is generosity. This is philanthropy. This is, so if we can, go into the future and let go of what we've been told or taught, fulfillment is, success is, life means, heaven and hell. If we can let go of these attachments to outcomes, because the fact and what I'm really feeling is, at first when I heard about this left-hand path, it's like, ooh, yeah, I'm gonna let go of that patriarchal, male, goal-oriented right path that I've been on for all of my life. I'm going to do this left-hand path. That lasted a couple of months. Whatever, baby. The fact is, we're both. This is the trick. It's not patriarchy. It's not matriarchy. I want to call it uniarchy. We're headed into uniarchy. And there's no script. Yeah, there's no technical manual. There's no recipe. We have no guidance here. If we let go of our patriarchal conditioning and we let go of our more ancient matriarchal conditioning, and we understand that we are moving into a mutant state of creating a new humanity, we have to throw out our knowledge and go into, right, the truth within us. So this is Venus, this heart, breaking free from Jupiter, even knowledge, the guru, the teacher. Oh my God. She wants, the heart is even like breaking away from right brain, left brain, knowing, intuition, whatever. It's heart. Oh, and the heart feels, and the heart can suffer, and the heart can be lonely, and the heart can be lost, and the heart can really break. This can be a time of breaking hearts, breaking our hearts open. But it is this letting go of like the eggshell. You gotta, break an egg to make an omelet. Yeah? There is a future, as yet unseen, as yet unrealized, as yet unknown. And to go into it vulnerably, without a plan. Oh, well, but now here's the thing. I'm sorry. You do have a plan. Mars is in Libra. Okay, Mars is stepping up. It's stepping out. It came out of Virgo. We do have a right hand. We do have a Mars. We have a masculine side to us. So make a plan. Set a goal. Have a dream, have a vision, and go for it. And put all of your heart into it. But understand that you're not in control. And you are not the master. That you are the pupil, you are the student here of Gaia, of nature, of source. And so it's almost like you just make up, it's all story. You just make up a goal. It's like, okay, I want to do that. I'm going to go in that direction. I'm going to have that direction, but I'm not going to get attached to the goal, to the outcome, to the agenda, to where I, it's like, if it doesn't go that way, if my boat sinks, if I drown, if a storm comes, and I don't make it, then I'll just set another one. I'll set another goal. I'll set another agenda. I'll start another relationship. I'll give my heart to here or my heart to there. I'm going to go this way or that. But it's the realization that we are conscious ego beings living in this world of separation, and we are just making it up. We're making up story after story after story, and so you may as well make up any story you want. And you know what? Your reality is going to support that story. So if you tell yourself that you're unworthy, you're unlovable, you're never going to make it, you're weak, you're guilty, you're whatever, yeah. The universe says, yeah. Okay. You're unworthy, you're guilty, you're never going to make it, you're weak, you're ugly, whatever. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Oh gosh, I didn't think of a song for this week again. Darn. Too much on the plate, man. Anyway, let me read you the mantra, for this week. And see what we can glean from that. There's a new world coming with a better way of life. And I am gonna make it happen, as I have so... rewind, erase. Fuck. There's a new world coming with a better way to live. And I am going to make it happen, as I have so much to give. This kind of sums up an attitude, isn't it? Yeah, it's an attitude. It's an approach towards the future. It's an approach towards plans, towards what if your goal is to get, yeah, which is this kind of Venus. If I'm out to get, and I want to draw it in, and I want to pull it in, and I have a need, and then I don't, then I feel a loss, and I feel ripped off. I feel empty. I feel a void. I feel lonely. I feel this emptiness, right? And to me, that's not as comfortable as turning the story around and going, okay, well, I'm here. I got everything. This is cool. This is awesome. This is this Venus and Leo. It's like, I'm here to give. Yeah, and then if it's about giving and giving and giving, and I'm going to give love and give joy and give music and sing and song and whatever, and something goes wrong, something goes bad, and I can't give as much as I wanted. I don't have that same feeling of emptiness and void and loneliness and loss and failure. It was just like, so I feel like it's just something you can weigh it in yourself, think about it yourself, meditate it on yourself, and just it's just play with this left hand, right hand, masculine, feminine, goal versus total surrender and acceptance. And just, this is the dance of the woolly masters, yeah? This is the cosmic dance that we're all dancing this time. And so if we can move into the future, so much of it, I think, is just realizing that it is a story, it is a dance, it is a game. It's not this way. And it's not that way. One day it's this, and one day it's that. I mean, it's pretty freaking, woo, it can be a little crazy making, man. I think that it can be challenging to live in, in the mundane world. You have to, kind of make a living as some kind of an artist or some kind of healer or something like this, rather than try to do a 9-to-5 linear based income, just for like survival means and instincts. This Jupiter is moving through Taurus. This can be a very abundant time for so many of us. But the challenge with the square, I'm going to end with this because I know it's getting on in time. Very often, the Venus-Jupiter aspect is one where I want love. I want to experience love. I want to be loved. I want affection. I want to receive affection. I want to be affectionate. And the whole thing with the square, the challenge of it is what? Can't get enough. Can't get enough of your love. Ba-bam, there's a song for this week. Yeah. Can't get enough of your love. This is Venus square Jupiter. This is going on for like this whole month period, like I spoke of, the middle of August to the middle of September. And it's an adjustment in our relationships and an adjustment in our expectations. It can be, breakups, breakdowns, break-ins, breakouts, birth of a new, with new expectations, or letting go of old expectations, or, but it's this tension of I want more love, yeah, and I'm not getting enough love. And so we can all be in the same kind of a bucket right now, and Venus can also be money. I'm not getting enough money. I'm not receiving enough money. And again, this can be a story that we're telling ourselves. I'm poor. I'm broke. I can't afford. And the universe will oblige you in your story. And I'm lonely and I'm brokenhearted, or I don't, I'm not worthy of love, or what's wrong with me, or I can't love myself unconditionally. The universe will oblige you with that story. Or you can come in and go, you know what? I've got a lot to give. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to enter this future, with, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, innocence, youthfulness, whatever. And the universe will oblige you and go, hey, you know what? You're needed over here, and so wants that, and there's longing for you, and there's a place for you, and there's a position, and there's a income and compensation, and da 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 da. And so I just want to I'm just saying, right? Say this mantra over 1,000,000 fucking times, man. This one is worthy of repetition, memorization. I got to do it myself. What is it now? There's a new world coming with a better way to live. And I'm going to make it happen because I've got so much to give. May you go through your day both giving and receiving, and enjoy what Gaia, what your heart and what people have to offer. Namaste, aloha, so much love. Hey, yo, forgot to mention I've got workshops happening in Cadiz, Spain. There's 2 spots left, and it's staying in teepees week long. I'm also going to be on Mallorca Friday night. I'm doing a what's going on, and we'll be getting together. So I hope to see you at one of those events while I'm over here, and namaste.